Hi, this video is for those people who are using Open Learning and have been using Open Learning for a while. Perhaps you've been using your unit with your students for a while, and I just want you to watch this because these are some critical reminders of stuff that you might have forgotten about or not picked up in all the other tutorials. Hopefully after watching this you might also realize there's some faster ways of doing things. First critical point is for a teacher, in my view, is to turn chat off. Now, if you know how to do this, you can skip forward to the next bit in the video, but if you haven't done this or you're not sure how to do it, course setup, advanced, and then scroll down to miscellaneous, somewhere down here, and there it is there. So if it's ticked, it means you're allowing students in this course to chat to each other. If it's unticked, then you're disallowing people to chat. It'll be easy for you to set up a course, not even realize that chat is on, not even realize that your students are chatting to each other without you knowing, and you have no way of knowing what they've written, and you never will. So that's a horrendous situation for a teacher in a school, fine for universities and for other adult courses perhaps, but not, in my view, for schools. So that's how you turn chat off. Next thing, and this is about linking pages, linking a page to a page. So for example, let's say this is a real course, and in here I want to make a reminder that people have read these highly important navigation tips. As you can see, there's nothing there. But let's say, there was something on this page that I absolutely want to make sure students have read, and I know that some of them will skip that. So in the reminder, I'm going to say blah, blah, blah. Make sure, something like that. Now, I should have opened that other page in another tab, of course. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to open that in a new tab, and I'm going to go back to my reminders page. Always, you've got to be using multiple tabs if you want to do this with speed. So make sure you've read this page. I need to put a link on this page. Now, in Open Learning, I can call up that page. I can do this. I can find the page and I can type in what was it? Navigation, wasn't it? Navigation tips. I can do it that way. It's really neat. It's fantastic. That's a standard sort of wiki type of way of doing things. But it's problematic. I've had this not work at some stages. Like it links and then you find that it's not linking. And so I've asked Open Learning support, am I better off just always using the URL? And the answer was yes. Because the chance of, if I drop the URL in here, the chance of that breaking is much less than if I use the page. So my protocol now is to go to the page, navigation tips, just grab the URL, go back there and plonk it in. That's it. Click OK and then save changes. So now when they're on this page and they think, oh, make sure you've read this page, they click that, it opens up the navigation tips, they read it, they close that tab, and then they're back to where they started. Third thing, when you are creating a course, you land on a page which is asking you to create a class. So it'll look something like this. And this is where you choose your class name and the enrollment method. But thus far, the default is always it's starting from a date. And so what happens is, let's say that date is set in the future, and it often is for some reason. Then if you're in this June 2015 class, even as the teacher, you're going, hang on, it's not working. What's going on? The course isn't working. It's not working because it's not accessible. You see the stuff, but you can't get into anything, even as the teacher, even as the administrator. So that's a trap, and it's caught me out so many times, it's embarrassing. So you need to go to Course Setup General. Did you see that? Course Setup General. And you go back into your class, and you need to change it to always. It's a bit problematic, but you can put a date on a future module that you don't want students to go into if you need to do that. But just beware that this needs to be always. So if you've got students say, I can't access the course, that's the problem. That's where the problem is. Okay? And as you'll see now, because it's accessible always, then everything's live. The next thing I'll show you is just some tips on creating a course shell very fast and creating a course in a pretty quick time. So when I'm creating a course, I will always have the module outlines and the page numbers and some basic text for each page, like a first draft. And then I'll create the whole shell in one go, bang. And then I can tweak it afterwards, but that, I would never just create a course one page at a time, always draft it out in a Word document or Evernote or something. For Mac users, I used TextEdit a lot for this sort of thing because there's no page delineation. Everyone's got TextEdit if you're a Mac user. It's fantastic. This actually is from a course I've got. So this is not a first draft, this is the final draft. So I'm just, for the sake of this video, this is another course actually for just general high school, middle school, high school teachers. And so all I've done is taken the second module here and copied the text off the pages. So, but let's pretend that we're building this course and that we've already got the first module covered, which is just the introduction, and then we're going to create some other modules. And let's pretend that this is my first draft of the module names. I need to know pretty much exactly what the module names are and pretty closely what the page layout is. You can certainly tweak that once you've pasted it in. And here's some basic text. Alright, so obviously I'm in course creation mode, so I need to go to course setup and content. And we're going to need to add some new modules, so add remove modules. And I'll do this in just copy paste. And away we go. And then we save module changes and save up there again, also just to be safe. Now, okay, that was sped up a little bit, but you can see that's still pretty fast. All right, so all the modules are there. Now I'm going to populate, I'm just going to show you the first, which is actually the second module. I'm just going to create these pages. So I'm going to slide this around a little bit so I can do it really quick. So it's this teacher development, independent learning, so create course media. And the thing here is pretty much every time I just use wiki pages. And I'll explain why in a sec. I never use this option because that gives you a video. It's kind of quick, but you can't write any text before and after. I reckon if you're going to have a video there, you need to have a lead in, some little 1 or 2 line lead into the video and a lead out of the video. What do you want kids to be paying attention to, etc. And I rarely ever use files now because it's much better to have them in Google Docs and then just create the link to the Google Doc for reasons I've explained in the course. So pretty much the only content I use is a wiki page. So there's the first one. My text edit doc, I've got ready to go the titles of the page names. The asterisks mean that that's where compulsory comments have to go. That helps the students work out what pages are worth revisiting. Now, even though I've said that I normally do the editing in course schedule, at this stage, though, if I'm just copying and pasting in, I can certainly drop the text in at this point in the process. So now I'll go save changes and then open up the next one, developing as a teacher, which is here. And it's a long one from memory. Now I'll save changes. You can either save changes down here or up there. And then I would continue on through the next module and the module after that. And at that point, after everything's saved in the course setup content section, I would then go back to course schedule. I just find it much easier now to edit through here. Now, if I want to then go and set fonts and so on for titles, remember in here, the normal text is just normal, and then you've got 3 different heading sizes. and I tend to use size 3. It's really handy. And if you want to really define some piece of text, you can use pre-formatted. So that sort of puts it in a little box. So that are 2 handy little editing tips. The other thing that I'll do is that once I've got the whole course bedded down in first draft, I will do 1 or 2 things at a time on every page. So let's say I'm going to go through and I'm going to check all the headings, and maybe I'm going to, I don't know, just do two or three things. So I'll go through, do 1 page, edit, check that on that page, save, and then go next, and go to the and so on and so on. I just find that you just sit there, become a machine, you just go bang, bang, bang on every page and you get through. It doesn't take that long. Certainly it's so much faster than a lot of other systems. So the main point of that was to show you how to create the shell of a course. So all the modules, all the pages, all the basic first draft text, bang, do it in one hit, and then you can go through and edit your course. So hopefully those tips have helped you speed up your process of creating open learning courses. Thanks for watching.